Archangel Michael says, the ripple you created last night was not just digital, it hit someone's soul like a tidal wave. You thought it was just a post, but someone felt every word as if it was their personal truth being exposed. They didn't expect it from you, and now they are sitting in a silent room, reading it over and over, unable to stop the tears. You didn't mention names, yet they knew it was about them. It was the way you phrased that sentence, the time you posted it, the feeling you poured in between the lines. They recognized themselves in every letter, and the guilt, the pain, or the memory returned like a thunderstorm. Archangel Michael says this post has triggered a deep emotional reaction. What you shared wasn't ordinary, it had the weight of hidden truth, the sting of unspoken love, and the chill of regret. That person who saw it isn't sleeping tonight, and you may start feeling an energy shift around you because of their tears. There's an invisible thread between you and them that has become active again. Your energy awakened their sorrow, and their tears are trying to reach your soul in silence. The spiritual world is now responding to this exchange, because what you posted has opened a gate that cannot be closed easily. Type Amen to get blessing 333. They never moved on, even if you thought they did. Their silence was full of words they never found the courage to say. Your message last night hit the last wall they had built inside them. For a moment, they forgot the pain, but your post brought everything back. They read it in a quiet corner, hiding from the world, swallowing back the sobs. They are hurting because something in your words reflected what they wished they had fixed with you. This is more than nostalgia. This is soul connection echoing through a phone screen. That person now feels exposed, not by you directly, but by the force of your message. They saw the timestamp, the color, the caption, and it cracked open an old wound. You unknowingly held a mirror to their guilt. And now, heaven is preparing to shift the path between both of you. Type Amen to get blessing 544. There was a line in your post that made them cover their face. It was too real. It reminded them of a promise they broke and a moment they should have held on to. This isn't random. Spiritually, what you said was channeled through emotion that came from a deeper part of you. That part remembered the old connection, even if your mind had forgotten. If you wish to express your support further, you have the option to give super thanks, with contributions of up to $20. Archangel Michael says they're praying tonight, but not just to be forgiven. They want a chance to say something now that they never said before. They know they're late, but your post has given them a moment of truth. They weren't expecting to feel so much. They've spent months trying to erase what happened, but in just a few sentences, you brought it all back. Now they're wondering if it's too late or if you somehow still care. Type Amen to get blessing 765. What you posted isn't just sitting on a screen, it's resting on their heart. They've screenshotted it, zoomed in, read every word repeatedly. They're trying to find secret meanings in between your lines. Because you wrote from a space of clarity, it held power. And that power reached exactly where it was supposed to. There's no accident that they saw it last night instead of scrolling past. They froze. They didn't comment or react, but their soul did. Their hands trembled, and for the first time in months, they felt something real again. Your post reminded them that they can still feel. And now they feel pain, because it reminded them what they lost. Your energy is pulling theirs again, and they can't resist it anymore. Type Amen to get blessing 181. They closed their eyes after reading it, but the words kept echoing. They remembered the way you looked at them. They remembered the message you once sent that they never replied to. And now, all those memories are crawling back. Not to haunt, but to heal, if only they let them. But before healing comes breaking, and right now, they are breaking. Archangel Michael says this pain they feel is the beginning of truth. You were always meant to say something that awakened them. The timing was divine, not a coincidence. It's all being directed by a higher realm. Because heaven is watching the hearts trying to reconnect in silence. This is not an accident, it's a soul-level alarm clock. Type Amen to get blessing 912. They are thinking of reaching out. They've opened your profile, hovered over the message button, but hesitated. Pride is clashing with sorrow, and shame is whispering that they don't deserve you. But they will come closer. Because your words have magnetized them. They are drawn back to you, not just out of emotion, but by spiritual pull. You felt it too, didn't you? A weight leave your chest once you wrote it, as if you said what you were holding inside. That relief was real. You spoke your truth. And someone heard it like a thunder in a quiet night. Now they're crying not just because of what you wrote, but because they know they deserved it. Type Amen to get blessing 646. They've hidden their pain well in public. They laugh, post, and seem fine, but your words broke through the mask. Now, their walls are shaking and their heart is vulnerable. Your post wasn't about revenge. It was raw expression, honest, deep, pure. And heaven honors honesty because it heals even when it hurts. You've started a process. What happens next won't be controlled by you or them, it will unfold through divine intervention. Your energy is calling theirs, and soon, the answer will show up. They may try to pretend it didn't affect them. But tears never lie. And last night, they cried for real, for the first time in a long time. Type Amen to get blessing 334. There's power in expression. Your soul was tired of silence, so you let it out. You lit a fire, and now someone is feeling the heat. They will see you differently now. Not as someone they can forget, but as someone who always sees the truth. They can't hide from the mirror you placed in front of them. Archangel Michael says this isn't just about last night. This is about a karmic cycle completing. Something is coming full circle, and your words were the trigger. You may feel emotional after reading this message. That's because your spirit is responding to their tears. A reunion of energy is underway, whether through healing or a new beginning. Type Amen to get blessing 729. They're scared now. Not of you, but of their own truth. They are realizing how far they drifted from who they were meant to be with you. They keep wondering if you still think of them. If you still hurt like they do. Your post didn't answer that, but it opened the door for them to find out. They may test the waters, send a like, a reaction, or even a vague message. Watch closely. Because that first step will come soon. This story isn't over. The tears last night were just the beginning. The silence will be broken, and something hidden will be revealed. Type Amen to get blessing 505. You will feel a shift in the air. The moment they decide to message you, your body will know it. You'll feel a strange sense of calm or restlessness. Pay attention. Your soul will pick it up before your eyes do. Because your souls were always connected. They are aching to confess. To explain, to cry with you, to ask why it took them this long to realize. Your post lit the path, and now they are walking back slowly. Whether you accept or not is your divine right. But what's meant for healing must first pass through pain. And their tears last night were just the beginning of the healing to come. Type Amen to get blessing 377. They didn't want to admit it, but you are the person they never stopped checking on. They read everything you post, but last night felt personal. They took it like a message sent directly to their soul. Now they can't unsee it. They can't unfeel it. And soon, they won't be able to keep silent about it. The heavens are now watching both of you closely. What unfolds next will depend on the next action they take. Until then, your message is echoing in their spirit like a melody that can't be unheard. Your post didn't just reach a heart. It pierced a soul. And last night, tears became prayers without words. Type Amen to get blessing 1001. They didn't sleep properly after that post. They kept checking their phone to see if you would say something more. Their heart was restless, racing with thoughts and regrets. They imagined what it would be like to go back in time. To undo the pain, to rewrite the moment where everything shattered. But the past is sealed, and now they must face what was left unsaid. They walked outside at night, looking at the sky, hoping it would give them a sign. They whispered your name to the wind, hoping it would carry their sorrow back to you. And all of this, because of a post you nearly deleted before publishing. That post was meant to be a release, but it became a revelation. A ripple turned into a storm in someone's soul. And now they're searching for answers they once avoided. Type Amen to get blessing 1113. Archangel Michael says, your words lit a lantern inside their guilt. It's guiding them toward truth they can no longer bury. This pain they feel is the proof that their soul is waking up. They've worn a mask long enough. Pretending they're fine, pretending they moved on. But your message cracked the illusion. Now they're standing before a mirror they can't escape. And in that reflection, they see everything they've done. Every lie, every choice, every silence that caused the distance. They miss you. But more than that, they miss who they were when they were with you. You awakened a version of them they haven't felt in a long time. Type Amen to get blessing 684. The pain is making them remember moments they thought they buried. The song you both liked. The message you once sent at 2 a.m. that they never replied to. It's all flooding back. Because what you posted was not just a memory, it was a key. And it unlocked the chamber they sealed with pride and ego. They now see what they lost. They now feel what you once felt. And for the first time, they wish they had listened when you were trying to save the connection. But time doesn't go backward. It moves forward, and now they must decide, stay in regret, or take the step toward reconciliation. Their heart is heavy, but it's ready to speak again. Type Amen to get blessing 799. They cried again today. Not just because of what you wrote, but because of what they failed to say when it mattered. The truth is, they had words in their heart but fear in their mouth. They were scared of your reaction. Scared you moved on. Scared that their apology would come too late. But now the tears have pushed them to the edge of truth. They're preparing to break their silence. Even if their voice trembles, even if they get rejected, they know they have to try. Because your message last night felt like fate knocking on their chest. It felt like destiny demanding an answer. And now, the universe will not let them rest until they do something about it. Type Amen to get blessing 520. They've opened the chat box more than once today. Typed a few words. Deleted them. Started again. Closed the app. But it's building. Like a wave that's rising and can no longer be held back. Soon, you'll receive something from them, maybe short, maybe long, but it will come. And when it does, it will carry all the pain and all the healing they've buried for too long. They'll try to act casual, but between every line, there will be emotion. Between every word, there will be unspoken apologies. Archangel Michael says, your post was divine timing. You said what needed to be said, even if you didn't know why. And because of that, the spiritual balance is beginning to shift. Type Amen to get blessing 888. There's power in what you felt while posting. The emotions that swirled inside your chest weren't just yours, they were shared. Somewhere, their heart was mirroring your energy. You picked up on their silent cries before they even saw your post. And the moment they did, it felt like you were speaking directly to them. Not just with words, but with the weight of emotion only two souls can understand. They will confess something soon. A secret you suspected but never had proof of. And when they do, the story between you will enter a new chapter. This post wasn't closure. It was an opening. An opening to things buried under time, fear, and distance. Type Amen to get blessing 1324. You might sense their presence more strongly now. A song will play that reminds you of them. A sudden chill will hit you while thinking of them. That's no coincidence. That's energy. Their soul is reaching for yours, not knowing how to bridge the gap yet. They're asking the heavens if you'll ever forgive them. They're praying in silence, watching your page, hoping for a sign you'll still respond. You've become their unfinished sentence, their pause that aches. But this time, the ending will be different. Because this time, the truth will be spoken aloud. Their tears are writing the first sentence of that truth even now. Type Amen to get blessing 427. Someone else saw your post too. Someone close to them. And they instantly knew what it meant and who it was about. That person encouraged them to speak. Told them it's time to stop pretending and face what was lost. Even they couldn't deny the message hit too deep. You stirred a circle of awareness without realizing it. Now whispers are forming, prayers are rising, and silence is crumbling. All from the message you almost didn't post. Archangel Michael says your post is a doorway. And what walks through next will be the answer your spirit's been waiting for. But prepare yourself, because emotional truth always comes with trembling hands. Type Amen to get blessing 3000. You might dream of them soon. It won't be just a dream, it will feel real. Because in that dream, they will try to say what their mouth couldn't in waking life. Pay attention. The dream may hold a message, a symbol, or even a location you both once shared. It's part of the connection being reactivated. They're also dreaming of you. They've already had one where they saw you walking away. They woke up crying, realizing what that meant. Now, they're desperate to change the story. To rewrite the ending. And your post is the first page of that new chapter. Type Amen to get blessing 2025. You did not write in vain. You did not express for attention, you expressed for healing. And your healing became a mirror for someone else's pain. They are watching you now, not with resentment, but with longing. They want to know if you still feel the connection too. They want to know if the door is still slightly open. They might not come back the way they left. But they will return with truth. And when they do, your soul will recognize the moment. All of this began with one post. A few words that felt too honest. But those words cracked open a heart that was dying to speak. Type Amen to get blessing 777. They finally broke their silence tonight, but not with a message yet. They whispered your name into their pillow, as if it could cross the distance between you. They're not ready to speak aloud, but their soul is screaming your name in every breath. They scrolled through your past posts after seeing last night's. They're searching for more signs. Every picture, every word, they're studying it like a map that might lead them back to you. You may feel drained lately, emotional without knowing why. That's their energy tugging at yours. Their memories are trying to anchor to your light. This connection is alive, raw, undeniable. And what began as tears last night is about to become action. Something is shifting that neither of you can ignore anymore. Type Amen to get blessing 622. Archangel Michael says, heaven is listening to the tears that hit their pillow. Each drop is a word unspoken, a pain unhealed, a love interrupted but not erased. Those tears have now become a plea to the divine for one more chance. They're wondering what you would say if they finally reached out. They imagine your voice, your reaction, your silence. They fear it, but they want it more than their pride can contain. They're planning what to say, writing drafts in their head. But nothing feels enough to express what they feel. Still, the pressure is building. The spiritual realm is pushing them closer to the moment of contact. Their angels are guiding them. Because now they know, they were wrong for staying away this long. Type Amen to get blessing 411. You'll notice strange signs. Your phone may vibrate, and there's no message. You'll feel a chill or a heat that has no explanation. That's spiritual energy building. That's their emotions crossing the invisible bridge between hearts. You are both vibrating on the same frequency again. They're beginning to release what they hid behind. Old guilt, unspoken love, silent betrayal, it's all being flushed to the surface. They want to be seen, not as who they were, but as who they are now. They've changed. Your post reminded them of their true self, the one they buried under pride, pain, and avoidance. You've awakened that version of them again. Type Amen to get blessing 1911. They can't keep this inside anymore. You will hear from them soon. Not in a loud way, but it will be unmistakable. A message, a call, a voice note sent at 2 a.m. They'll send it when the world is quiet, hoping you'll be the first voice that understands. And when you see it, your heart will race. Because deep down, you've been waiting for this. You just didn't know it would happen so soon. Your soul has already forgiven them. But it's up to your heart whether it opens the door again. No matter what, the healing must complete. Type Amen to get blessing 555. They may begin with small talk. Hey, I saw something you posted, it really got me thinking. But you'll know the depth behind those simple words. You'll feel the tremble hiding behind their calm. You'll hear the echo of their tears between their pauses. They don't just want to talk, they want to be heard. They might confess something they did. Something that hurt you more than they ever realized. And when they do, your silence will be louder than words. Because they need to sit in that moment. Not for punishment, but for awakening. Only then will they truly understand the cost of their distance. Type Amen to get blessing 903. Archangel Michael says this connection was always meant to return full circle. But only after transformation. Not for comfort, but for truth. They were not ready before. But now, after last night, they are unraveling. Your words didn't destroy them, they exposed them. They've been living behind shadows of denial. Your post acted like light breaking through a locked room. Now they're stumbling toward that light, unsure but desperate. They want to ask if you still care. But their soul already knows. The question is, do they deserve another chance? Type Amen to get blessing 727. You'll feel your energy lighten the moment they decide to finally reach out. Even before you receive their words, your soul will sense a shift. Because their intention will break through the veil and touch your spirit first. You are more powerful than you know. Your truth doesn't just heal you, it activates others. And last night's post is proof that your voice still echoes in hearts that once walked away. They couldn't forget you even if they tried. Because your energy was never something to escape, it was a mirror they were afraid to face. And now that they've cried, they are ready to look again. You will be their mirror one more time. But this time, you will also be their test. What they do next will decide what kind of future remains. Type Amen to get blessing 1012. Their pain has shifted into longing. They're starting to remember the good things. The laughter, the way you said their name, the comfort in your voice. The bitterness is melting. Your post melted it. Now, all that's left is a deep ache that won't go away until they face you. They will begin to follow your light again. Even if slowly, even if from afar, they are already walking back toward you. Spiritually, they've already said, "I'm sorry." Soon, their words will catch up to their soul. And when that day comes, it won't be a message, it will be a turning point. Because that's how powerful your expression was. Type Amen to get blessing 1533. This is your sign to keep shining your truth. You may not have written it for them, but the universe made sure they received it. You were the vessel, and the timing was divine. Let them cry. Let their soul shake. Because that's what healing sometimes looks like. You were chosen to say what they could not. And now, you've opened the way for something greater. Whether it's reunion or release, what comes next will free both of you. Archangel Michael says, trust this process. You did not stir emotion, you stirred evolution. And their tears were the beginning of a soul awakening they never expected. Type Amen to get blessing 2345. They've already written the message. It's sitting in their notes, being edited again and again. They don't want to get it wrong, because they know there might not be a second chance. Their hands trembled while writing it. They poured out truth, fear, regret, all in a few short sentences. They read it over and over, deleting parts, adding parts, trying to make it perfect. But the message isn't about perfection. It's about release. They know they won't feel peace until it's sent. Archangel Michael says the energy around you will shift the moment they hit send. You'll feel a rush. Your spirit will whisper, it's happening. Type Amen to get blessing 911. They might send it late at night. The hour where silence makes honesty easier. They'll hope you see it in the morning, when your heart is soft. And when you open your screen, there it will be. A name you thought would never show up again. Your chest might tighten. Your hands might pause. Because your soul will recognize the vibration before your eyes even read the words. The message won't be long. But it will be honest. Soaked in emotions they've held in for too long. Type Amen to get blessing 1212. I saw your post last night, it broke me. That might be how they begin. What follows is a confession buried in silence. They'll say, I haven't stopped thinking about it. They'll admit they knew it was about them. And they'll say something you weren't expecting, like, I cried. That sentence alone will shake the wall you built around your heart. Because you didn't know if they still had a heart that beat for you. And now, their tears have confirmed it. But this message is not about returning to the past. It's about acknowledging the pain that's still alive between you. And whether it turns into healing or closure, it will change everything. Type Amen to get blessing 434. They may even admit the thing you suspected but never had proof of. Something they did. Something they hid. They'll finally say, you didn't deserve that. And that sentence will cut like a knife, but heal like a balm. Because sometimes, we don't need explanations, we just need the truth. They'll ask, can we talk? And your soul will know what to do. Because the time has finally come to either walk forward together, or release with peace. You will have the power this time. Not for control, but for clarity. You get to decide what happens next. Type Amen to get blessing 8888. Archangel Michael says you were chosen to start this divine unraveling. You were chosen to speak truth even when it hurt. And now, your courage is causing healing on both sides. Don't be afraid of what they say. Your heart is strong enough to hear it. Because your light was never made to hide, it was made to reveal. They'll admit they were wrong. They'll admit they still think of you. And if you listen closely, you'll hear the trembling in their words. It's not weakness. It's their soul remembering what it feels like to love. And they're only now realizing how much they've missed that feeling. Type Amen to get blessing 5444. You'll feel emotions rise. Maybe anger. Maybe sadness. But also a strange peace. Because this conversation, this moment, was destined to happen after your post. It opened a door the universe had sealed until both of you were ready. Whether or not you let them return is up to you. But one thing is certain, they are not the same person who left. They are raw. Open. Humbled. Your post changed them. Your words reminded them. And your light is now their guide through the darkness they created. Type Amen to get blessing 7070. This is sacred now. The connection isn't just between you and them, it's being watched by the heavens. Every word, every pause, every tear, it's all part of a divine unfolding. The moment you decide to reply, your words will carry the same energy as your post. They will have weight. They will be felt. You might say, I didn't expect to hear from you. And they'll say, I didn't expect to feel that much. And from there, the healing begins. You both may cry. You both may sit in silence. But even that silence will be healing. Type Amen to get blessing 3003. This was never just about a social media post. It was a soul message. Disguised in pixels, carried by spirit, received by a heart still in love. Archangel Michael says, be proud of your truth. It did what silence never could. It awakened a heart that had forgotten how to feel. Now they are feeling everything. Regret, sorrow, longing, but also hope. Hope that maybe this time, you'll both get it right. You don't have to rush. You don't have to decide today. Just know, what you posted has already rewritten your story. Type Amen to get blessing 2002.